Head coach Tracy Smith is joining us. Thanks for the time, Coach.
All right.
Go straight to questions using the raise hand function. Starting off with Jeff.
You've been saying all season that you can't have this kind of defense and, win. It's, a big part of what you do. What do you think was the result of that tonight? Was it their offensive pressure, or why do you think you guys were a little bit unsteady tonight?
It's from one of our most steady players. I just think it's one of those things. I don't know that was now they did a good job of putting balls in play, and as you said, keeping us active out there. But I don't think it was that. I just one of those things. I would take my chances in hitting ground balls to Drew Swift 100 out of 100 times. And a couple of those throws got away. We've been really stellar defensively all season, and this is just one where we weren't. And when you're playing a good team and you give them 6 outs in an inning, that's probably going to come back to haunt you. And it did, and that was the difference in the game, plain and simple.
Jesse?
In that 7th inning, just what do you think happened?
We made errors.
Alex?
Hey, Coach, especially with the bunt coverage situation there, what did you see? Was Ethan supposed to stay home?
Well, it's that's a field play, and in defense of him, he's not played a lot of first base, and you don't stay home. You got to charge when you see the hands go, because they're going to push in that situation, so you got to come. But once you see the angle that it's not coming to you, you got to attempt to get back. But more importantly, we'll correct this too. But the second baseman has to be there, because there's only one responsibility on that. When you see the hands, you got to break for first base, period. And he didn't do that either. So 2 guys still kind of cutting their teeth a little bit at the position, and that's just hopefully we learn from that, and that doesn't happen again.
Jacob?
Tracy, one of the things you've talked about this season has been communication defensively. So there's execution, but there's also communication. In that regard, how did you feel like you guys did tonight?
Well, that was fine. It was just we didn't execute the plays. They were more outside of the bunt. I think we had a couple mental mistakes tonight. Brock not covered on the ground ball the right side, and then, of course, the guy's not covering first base on the bunt. But outside of that, it was more the physical, and that stuff's going to happen. And I said it earlier, that was the difference. So, but guys were, they're still playing. They're out there communicating in the right spot. We just did not handle some plays physically, and that ultimately cost us the baseball game.
Jack?
Hey, Coach, did Brock have a shorter leash tonight, given that he was facing a more potent lineup this week than last week?
It was on the result. If he's out there and he's getting people out, you let him go. But that wasn't the case. He wasn't missing any barrels. He made the mental mistake. He walked a couple guys. So it was more on the performance piece of it. And I've said it, a bunch, that it's going to be different. Like, we don't have the luxury of the Friday night starter. So if a guy's hot and you can ride him a little bit, then you do that. If not, we got capable guys behind him, and we'll try to do the matchup scenario like we did tonight. And, frankly, in spite of the little bit of mess I go back to, if we play defense like we have, we still win the baseball game. So I don't think it was as much on the pitching side of it. Those guys competed, they battled. We just didn't execute defensively.
Jacob?
You guys had a big 5th inning offensively, and then kind of trailed off for the remainder of the game against Murphy. Just what do you kind of attribute the lack of offensive success for the remainder of this game to?
Yeah, I think, we've talked about it even before this game. That's a little bit of our immaturity offensively, that, we kind of ride the momentum wave. We got to do a better job of sticking together consistent ABs and be a threat every inning. And you're not going to score every inning, but, you want to make sure you're piling and stacking up good at bats. I think we gave a few of those away tonight. And we just got to do a better job of that, being competitive all 27 outs, regardless of the score, and not get caught up in the momentum stuff, but, grind out ABs every single inning. But that's partly on us, but partly their guy did a good job against us too.
A few more questions. Jeff?
the inning when you did score, you manufactured a lot of run, a lot of your runs there just manufactured one after another. What did you think of how the offense kind of pieced that all together that inning?
Yeah, I mean, we were moving the baseball, but, if you go back and look at it, defensively, they struggled a little bit and kind of let us, there are a couple of those plays I thought should have been made. So I would say even that inning was probably more of a little bit of what we were doing, but also what they weren't doing. So we just got to be better, more consistent offensively, as we mature and grow as a team. So, but again, we can analyze this and cut it up any way we want. The bottom line is we didn't take care of the baseball tonight, and that cost us a baseball game, plain and simple. Plain and simple. And that's where it starts and that's where it ends, at least in my mind.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thanks.
First game, go today. Yeah. Stay in your seat.